Okay, imagine trying to wipe your search history, only for your entire internet past to get projected on a giant palace screen. That's what this feels like for Meghan Markle right now. Because reports say the royal family has reopened their internal investigation into her past, and the trigger? Leaked yacht photos that just hit the internet like a wrecking ball. You thought this chapter was closed? Think again.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great. It's so authentic, isn't it?
Meghan Markle, she may have stepped down from royal duties more than 5 years ago, but she keeps taking aim at the monarchy. The Duchess of Sussex has made reportedly at least half a dozen swipes at the royal family this year, and it's only June.
As ever, her new company, the very first thing she said was, look, you know, when I had the TIG, which was her previous lifestyle website, you know, I loved cooking and I loved gardening and being a hostess, and that she basically said I had to keep my light under a bushel at this time because of the royal family. Then we get her show, her Netflix show.
Everybody says she's a bully, she's very nasty. Not only is she incredibly controlling, but she's a about.
Rumors on the street say these new images have rattled the palace, and now old files, past contacts, and background checks are being dusted off. If you thought the royal drama was over, this is just intermission. Let's get into it. The leaked yacht photos hit the internet like a flash flood, sudden, chaotic, and impossible to ignore. They started on niche gossip forums, but within 48 hours, they were trending worldwide. The shots weren't paparazzi style. They looked like private camera snaps, filtered sunlight, luxury drinks, designer swimwear, and sitting right in the center?
No, the world's biggest victims right now are the Duke and Duchess of Netflix. And don't take my word for it.
This promise of once you're married, how hard I tried, no matter how good I was, no matter what I did, they were still going to find a way.
This woman is a born manipulator. The Netflix thing, she doesn't do the work. She don't make the jams. It's all made for her.
A woman who looked strikingly like Meghan Markle, lounging across white cushions, clinking glasses with sharply dressed men, most of whom had ties to Hollywood execs or overseas finance. The background? Mediterranean coastline. The vibe? Less royal retreat, more industry mixer on the water. People zoomed in, enhanced, reverse-searched every inch. The bag on the deck matched a brand Meghan was photographed wearing in Toronto.
Well, good evening from London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Today, Harry and Meghan torched what little was left of their relationship with the royal family and what little was left, frankly, of their own reputations. Last week was mostly sickish old revelations with a new twist. As it turns out, we've apparently been wrong all along. Britain is a nasty, racist hellhole where only magnificent Meghan stood up to all this. And
what matters is what we have on the inside.
One of the men on board had previously been spotted at a Netflix event she once attended pre-Harry. Reddit exploded. TikTokers made reaction videos, slow-motion breakdowns, voiceovers calling it the soft launch of the century. And even though no one officially confirmed it was Meghan, the collective reaction online didn't hesitate. This was Meghan before the crown, and the royal institution, reportedly not amused.
So much fun.
You and I are so similar. You and I...
With your guests, when was the last time you were surprised and delighted?
Last night, and also this morning, but last night when I went back to my hotel, and then you'd put your thumbprint in, which is what makes it a fun group activity, and you could fill it with jam, you could do chocolate, anything you like, of course.
Harry Sussex? I have no idea, and no, Meghan, no one knew that. Like, why are you correct?
I'm going to show you how to make a happy, warm, loving home after I have successfully severed my husband's ties from his entire family.
Here's where it gets serious. Reports say Buckingham Palace's private legal office made a call that hasn't been made since the Sussexes stepped down. They've reportedly reopened her original royal background file. We're talking internal vetting records, archived staff communications from 2018, crisis PR memos from her engagement era, notes from the Queen's senior advisors on image alignment. One source from within the firm told a UK outlet, "This isn't about judgment. It's about clarity. We need to know what we missed."
Once they did, I remember being told there was a huge headline like, "We found him," or "We've got him." You're talking about someone's father.
And from that point, the tabloids, they moved into the apartment next door and across from him.
Did it feel like betrayal when you found out your father was working with the tabloids?
I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that.
Translation? These weren't just bad optics. They were reputational red flags, and now the crown wants answers. So why is the palace circling back after all this time? One word: brand. The monarchy isn't just about bloodlines, it's about image. Meghan wasn't just welcomed into the firm, she was marketed as a modern, global, philanthropic force. A breath of fresh air. A duchess who could connect with the youth, charm the press, and redefine royalty.
The whole Meghan Markle situation has been getting out of control, not just over at Netflix, but also at other studios ever since she posted that viral video, that pregnancy video, that really backfired not just on whatever was left of her image, or even, of course, what she actually likes to pretend herself as some form of an actress, as some kind of a personality, whatever it may be.
Oh my gosh, I worked so hard.
She talks like she's a one-woman band. That is not hard work. Hard work is get up in the morning, get to 7 o'clock, get into a factory or a shop and working for 10 hours on your feet, coming home knackered. That's not what happens to her.
And still being a mom.
That is
still
not
being
what
a
happens
mom.
to
At the end of every episode, it says, like, the starring, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
Yes.
That's how she's mornings are as I get the kids off to school. You're making fruit parfait crudité boards? Like,
oh my God.
whom?
Did you see my baby mama dance?
I mean, stop it. First of all, can I just tell you the timing of that, we maybe watched it like 20 times yesterday. And I was like, is that her?
Oh my God.
Is that Prince Harry there with the fingers and the, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Kind
also,
of thing.
by the way, that wasn't yesterday.
No,
That was 4 years ago. So it's also a really great reminder that with all the noise or whatever people do, there's still a whole life, a real, authentic, fun life that's happening behind the scenes. I'm just grateful that now, being back on social as well, I have a place where I can share it on my own terms.
But these yacht photos? They blow that narrative wide open. Because now, people are asking, was it always curated? Was the outsider duchess role an audition? And most damning of all, did the palace know about any of this? Sources close to the firm are fuming. One insider reportedly said, "We were sold a story, and now it feels like we bought a PR package, not a person." Another, more blunt, told a tabloid, had these images come out during the engagement phase, there would have been a different discussion at the table. And what's worse, the firm is getting blowback from inside their own walls. Senior staff are reportedly blaming rushed onboarding, PR overconfidence, and a desperation to modernize that may have skipped key steps. This is bigger than photos. It's about trust, about how much of Meghan's past was intentionally omitted or glossed over in favor of good press. The media reaction? Predictably explosive. Within hours of the leak, UK and US outlets ran wild with headlines. Every major gossip site, morning show, and tabloid front page had a variation of Yacht bombshell shakes Sussex image. Palace re-examines Duchess files after leak. Photos raise questions about Meghan's pre-royal network. And then, enter Piers Morgan. Because of course, the minute it trended, he tweeted, "So the palace is paying attention now. About time. Vetting should mean vetting." Like clockwork, his statement lit a fire. Morgan followed it up with a full segment on his show breaking down the implications. Other royal correspondents chimed in, and suddenly this wasn't just about Meghan. It was about the credibility of the monarchy itself. Even American media got involved. Outlets that once praised Meghan's Netflix special now began to do retroactive fact-checking. One popular columnist wrote, "What if we've only ever seen Meghan Markle through her own lens?" Influencers picked it up. Commentators started calling it the soft collapse of a curated legacy. Some even claimed this was just the tip of the iceberg, suggesting more content might be on the way. What started as one photo leak quickly snowballed into a global re-examination of her entire public arc, from deal or no deal to Duchess. At first, crickets. No Instagram activity. No rep statements. Not even a denial. Just total blackout from Meghan's team, a tactic she's used before when headlines spiral out of control. But within days, reports say that quiet legal efforts began to ramp up. Her lawyers were allegedly contacting web hosts and social platforms, demanding removal of the yacht content. They also began tracing the source of the photos, trying to find out who leaked them and whether any contracts or NDAs had been broken. But here's the problem. Trying to erase something from the internet only makes it spread faster. People saw the takedown notices, and instead of backing off, they dug deeper. Copycat accounts reposted the images. YouTubers analyzed the removal attempts as proof the photos were real. TikTokers started making satirical videos about Yacht Markle, the prequel. And back inside the palace, things were heating up. Sources say senior royal staff have launched a secondary review, this time focused on Meghan's disclosure forms during her royal onboarding. When she joined the firm, she had to submit extensive documentation about her professional past, public appearances, and potential vulnerabilities. But now that these yacht photos exist, questions are being raised. Were these events mentioned? Were these contacts flagged? And if not, why? One ex-palace staffer reportedly told the Mirror, "We were so focused on optics and modernizing that we didn't do the deep dive. And now we're realizing we may have skipped a chapter." Let's not pretend this is the first time Meghan's public image has spun out of control. This isn't her first PR fire, and at this point, it's starting to look like a pattern, not an accident. Let's rewind. Spotify. Meghan inked a reported $20 million deal to produce a podcast that was marketed as deep, inspiring, and full of authentic stories. What did we get? One season, a handful of episodes that critics described as scripted, shallow, and curated to a fault. Reports say Meghan didn't even conduct all her own interviews. And then poof, it was cancelled. Spotify execs reportedly called her and Harry grifters behind closed doors. Then came the Netflix docuseries, where she and Harry promised the truth, but it played more like a soft-lit rebranding campaign. Bombshells were teased, but many of them were things we'd already heard. Media watchdogs accused the couple of trying to relitigate their royal exit with better lighting and a bigger budget. It didn't land. It lingered. And here's the real kicker: every time the public starts to drift away from the drama, Meghan drops a new, intimate reveal. A deeply personal op-ed about her miscarriage. A perfectly timed paparazzi photo at a cemetery during a royal anniversary. A casual candid of her buying flowers at a farmer's market with a professional-grade camera in tow. It's the same formula. Overshare, backlash, play victim, reset with something vulnerable. Now enter this yacht photo leak, but this time, she's not controlling the story. She's not the one posting the content. And worse, the palace is the one reacting first. This isn't a media misstep. It's a full-blown reversal. The narrative isn't just slipping, it's being ripped away from her. If there's one place where Meghan's image has taken the hardest hit, it's social media. Because when the internet turns on you, it turns fast. The hashtag Yachtgate started trending on X, Twitter, just 48 hours after the leaked photos surfaced. It started with jokes, but quickly morphed into a meme storm. TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram Reels all jumped in. One viral TikTok, now at over 2.3 million views, showed two side-by-side photos, one of Meghan in a humanitarian outfit at a refugee event, and the other from the leaked yacht photos. The caption? From Duchess to Deckhand. What happened? Comment sections under her fan pages are now flooded with boat emojis, sailboat, phrases like Captain of Chaos, and blunt calls like own up or log off. Even her defenders are backing off. Influencers who once praised her for authentic storytelling are now posting apology videos. One creator with 500K plus followers titled their clip, "I tried to defend Meghan Markle, but then this happened." Even neutral podcasts and pop culture analysts are now analyzing her media behavior like it's a case study in branding collapse. The digital tide has shifted. And if Meghan hoped her silence would cool things off, the internet is making sure this fire stays lit. While the public's turning up the heat, the corporate world is quietly stepping back. Fast. Reports say Meghan's team was gearing up to launch a skincare and wellness brand in Q4, meant to mirror the Goop-style empire, tapping into her clean girl Duchess aesthetic. But now, that rollout is paused. Emails have gone cold. packaging design stopped. One executive reportedly told a UK outlet, "We don't need controversy. We need credibility." And it's not just that. A sustainable clothing collab, which was supposed to be Meghan's return to fashion, has also been delayed indefinitely. The press kit was ready, the teaser video filmed, but now it's being shelved, with insiders saying there's too much noise to launch. Another brand that had been in talks for a self-help book partnership has quietly backed away. Their concern? She's no longer aligned with peace, mindfulness, or progress. She's become unpredictable. And that's the core issue here. Brands want consistency. They want stability. Meghan? She's giving chaos wrapped in elegance. The lawsuits, the PR resets, the viral backlash, the tension with the firm. For corporations, it's not worth the risk. They didn't sign up for a controversy magnet. They signed up for a duchess. So what happens next? If Meghan follows her playbook, she'll drop something big soon. A new project, a motherhood photo shoot, a rebranding move wrapped in empowerment language. Something to distract, reset, and try to reclaim the narrative. But here's the truth. The palace is watching. The press is swarming. And the public? They're no longer buying the curated Duchess fairy tale. The past has a way of resurfacing, especially when it's sitting on a yacht with a camera pointed at it. Stay tuned, because this is far from over.